forgets to breathe or move. Each second bends, each breath improves. Your silence hums, it's soft, it's raw. It writes a law, my body's soul. The nearness aches, the distance sings like tension strung on silver strings. Don't let it break, don't let it fade. We live inside the mess we made. No need to rush, just let it steep. The fire is slow, the burn is deep. A shadow leans against your face, a fragile rhythm, slow it, embrace. Your hands don't move, your eyes just trace the art of waiting. Sacred space, we hover close, the edge is near, but neither wants to disappear. The heat collects, the night repeats, our hunger walks on quiet feet. Don't let it break, don't let it fade. We live inside the mess we made. No need to rush, just let it steep. The fire is slow, the burn is deep. No climax, just the golden egg, the shimmer, only tension makes. Each breath a tide that pulls, retreats, the pleasure found in incomplete. The blue turns red, the stars lean low. Your shadow hums, it doesn't go. And though we never cross the line, the burn remains, and it's divine. There's a silent, constant humming that only I can perceive. The low electric current of the truth I must believe. You're talking to the others, giving polite, smooth replies. But the real conversation is what hides behind your eyes. For the drop in pitch, the moment the mask begins to crack, to find the raw, unguarded sound that pulls my ownership back. I don't need volume, darling, I need the precise small tone, a secret key frequency that only I have ever known. It's the faint, rapid heartbeat embedded in your chest, the sound of your surrender, putting my control to the test. You are my exclusive frequency. No one else can tune in the sonic border of the world where my true claim begins. I own the echoes that your throat cannot suppress, the final vulnerable core of your happiness. Your smallest whisper is the map to the things you won't reveal, and every sound you make confirms this possession is real. This possession is real. I build my fortress chorus out of the phrases you repeat. Every promise you utter makes my conquest feel complete. When you sigh deeply, I measure the space you let me fill. A perfect physical dimension that makes my senses still. I command the silence when you feel the urge to speak, and celebrate the weakness that makes your presence meek. Let the daylight try to steal the sounds that you create. I lock the true vibration behind my guarded gate. My control isn't visual, it's auditory and deep. A solemn total ownership that you are sworn to keep. You are my exclusive frequency. No one else can tune in the sonic border of the world where my true claim begins. I own the echoes that your throat cannot suppress. The final vulnerable core of your happiness. Your smallest whisper is the map to the things you won't reveal. And every sound you make confirms this possession is real. This possession is real. Speaking to the silence, only for me. The exclusive frequency. The world is a maze of predictable lines, filled with surface pleasure and manufactured signs. But I always knew between the spaces where we meet. Every second stretched and thin, a quiet war beneath my skin. You don't touch, but I still fade, pulled into the mess we made. Desire hums, a low refrain, sweet, unbearable restraint. We melt, but never break, holding still for tension's sake. Your eyes say what you don't confess. This is pleasure dressed as rest. Slowly love, don't turn away, let the moment make us stay. The room drips gold, the light is thin. Every breath tastes like your sin. A fingertip, a half-closed door, the promise of a little more. No climax here, no crashing wave, just what the quiet bodies crave. Each heartbeat waits delayed, confined, the sweetest hunger undefined. We melt, but never break, holding still for tension's sake. Your eyes say what you don't confess. This is pleasure dressed as rest. Slowly love, don't turn away, let the moment make us stay. Like ice beneath the amber light, you dissolve in endless night. The softer we move, the deeper it burns. Desire's lesson, slow to learn. No need to end, no need to start. Just stay the spark beneath the heart. We never touch it, still we yearn. Forever caught inside the slow burn. I don't need a signature or a title deed in hand. Your voice is a blueprint that proves I understand. Every vibration of your chest, every intake of your air is a data point I file, showing exactly where you care. I track the micro changes, the slight hesitations, the flaw, knowing every sonic detail subjects you to my law. They say the touch is powerful, that eyes reveal the truth, but your soft rhythmic breathing is the anchor of my youth. It sets the pace for my own heart, keeps the beat precise and low. A constant quiet monitor that tells me where to go. Your voice is the control panel, regulate my pulse and fear. The physical from depths of having you right here. I possess the tempo of the whispers you release. I'm the very air that leaves your lips slow and deep. A solemn total present. You are powerless to keep. When you try to argue, the rising volume is a thrill. a sound from long ago, replaced by the beautiful frequency that only I know. Your voice is the control panel, regulating my pulse and fear, the physical foundation of having you right here. I possess the tempo of the whispers you release. I own the very every air that leaves. I own the very air that leaves your lips slow and deep. A solemn total percent you are powerless to keep. You are control. Ooh, the blueprint of sound. The shadows we made, our only confession, a breathless exchange of a dark, deep obsession. Every glance is a lie we have practiced for years, hiding the tremors, suppressing the fears. We're ghosts in the daylight, forgotten and cold, but here in this room a new story is told. We know the cost of the dawn coming soon, the sudden sharp danger beneath the cold moon. But the moment your hand finds a line on my neck, I forget every rule, every fear, every check. This is a sin whispered, a truth we can't tell, a dangerous secret that hides in the shell. We burn in the velvet away from the light, body heat rising, consuming the night. I crave the moment the light will return, just to watch how quickly our lesson must burn. For the thrill of the future where ruin awaits is the reason we're standing outside the safe gates. A lock on the future, a turn of the key. But for now, baby, you belong only to me. The sweet, sweet danger, don't make a sound. The sound of the key turning low, and then silence. The room is quiet, breathing low. Amber light begins to glow. Your shadow bends, your eyes confide, a secret fire you never hide. No words, no rush, just gravity pulling slow between you and me. The air is thick, the night is deep. Desire hums, we barely speak. Velvet heat beneath the skin, where everything and nothing begins. We linger here, the edge unturned, forever trapped in what we burn. Don't move, let time dissolve. In this ache we both evolve. Glass reflections, trembling light, tracing shapes in endless night. Your breath collides but doesn't stay, a silent prayer that drifts away. The distance burns, the moment sways. Our stories written slow and stern. The art of love is how it burns. The room is quiet, the air is thick. Your shadow moves, my heart clicks. Soft whispers curl like smoke in the air. Do you see me? Do you dare? Electric hum beneath my skin. Where do you stop? Where do I begin? Velvet shadows pull me under. Every touch feels like thunder. Your breath, my name, slow surrender. Velvet shadows surrender. Velvet shadows. Velvet shadow. Your fingers trace a path unknown. Every glance cuts to the bone. Time melts, it's liquid gold. You're the story I want told. Falling, flying, caught in your tide, no escape. I don't wanna hide. Deep bass, heartbeats, world unwinds in your arms. The stars collide. Shadows pull me under. Every touch feels like thunder. Your breath, my name, slow surrender. Velvet shadows, I'll remember. Velvet shadows. Velvet shadows. Velvet shadows. Your hand hovers near my skin, close enough to pull me in. Every breath is drawn in threads. Every thought we left unsaid. The air between us starts to hum, a sound that makes the silence come. We orbit slow, the night is deep. Most but never near. You breathe and I disappear. The moment folds, the edges blur. We ache for what we won't incur. Almost the sweetest curse, the pull we never can reverse. Your gaze, a blade of amber light, cutting through this velvet night. I feel your shadow trace my spine, a touch that isn't yet is mine. Each second burns, a candle's drip, a fever we refuse to tip. The room expands, the air turns slow. pretending not to glow, pretending not to glow. Almost, but never near. You breathe and I disappear. The moment falls, the edges blur. We ache for what we won't incur. Almost, the sweetest curse, the pull we never can reverse. The ice melts slow inside the glass. The night forgets how time should pass. We never fall, we never rise. Just live inside each other's eyes. So let it stay that single spark, a ghost of heat inside the dark. No touch, no claim, no sudden turn. Just the endless aching slow burn. The light drips slow across your face, a quiet warmth I can't erase. Your eyes are storms I step into, no promise made, yet all feels true. You breathe, the world forgets it's been 1,000 thoughts beneath my skin. The distance hums, the air is tight. Desire folds into the night. In the space between our sides, the truth is soft, the silence lies. No need to move, no need to speak. The ache is pure, the one in weak. We live inside what never came, the sweetest loss without a name. A flicker moves along your hand, like heat that waits to understand. Every inch a quiet plea, every glance proximity. The walls dissolve, the sound is still. The air submits, the night will fill. Your presence burns restrained divine, like smoke that curls but won't line. In the space between our sides, the truth is soft, the silence lies. No need to move, no need to speak. The ache is pure, the one in weak. We live inside what never came, the sweetest loss without a name. No climax here, no fall, no start. Just tremors underneath the heart. We never touch, we never turn. Just stay and let the slow burn. The night forgets to fade away. We keep what longing doesn't say. And when the morning cuts through blue, I'll still be burning slow for you. fragile feelings show. But when the light hits you, something in me gives way. A crack in the armor that gets bigger every day. It's not just a passing glance, it's 100 meanings deep. A solemn vow our subconscious promise to keep. I see the future in the way your fingers rest. A perfect fit, a moment that passes the test. There's a tension in the silence, a storm before the rain. A beautiful shared current running through every vein. You are my undeniable anchor, the one constant truth, the deep consuming reason for the fire of my youth. This is the chemistry that makes the stars align, a romantic intimacy where your heart touches mine. And if the world should shatter, we'd stand right where we are, held by this profound connection, no matter how far. The way you know the thought before I even speak the phrase, the comfort in your presence through life's confusing haze. This isn't about fireworks, it's about the steady flame, the whisper and understanding every time you call my name. We share the air, we share the space, we share the quiet sound. In this deep, knowing quiet, true safety can be found. Every stolen touch is a history we write, a secret we cherish, hidden from the heart's light. We don't need the words to explain what we feel, because the gravity between us is wonderfully real. You are my undeniable anchor, the one constant truth, the deep consuming reason for the fire of my youth. This is the chemistry that makes the stars align, a romantic intimacy where your heart touches mine. And if the world should shatter, we stand right where we are, held by this profound connection, no matter how far. The world outside is loud, a cacophony I dismiss. But I've mapped the frequency of your perfect quietness. It's not what you are saying, but the timbre of the tone, a hidden jurisdiction where I'm finally known. I analyze the silence just before your breath starts to move. The moment of anticipation is the only thing I approve. They talk about handcuffs, about chains of silver steel, but your low hum in the dark is the only restraint I feel. Ooh, it's a sonic signature built only for my ear, the ultimate confession that keeps you rooted here. Your whisper is the only lock I need to seal the fate we share. A sound bass possessing, hanging heavy in the air. I own the echoes of your laughter, the rhythm of your sighs, every single syllable reflected in your eyes. I claim your voice box, every note and every beat, making this auditory prison impossibly sweet. I've memorized the way your throat catches when you lie, the tiny micro shiver just before you meet my eye. When you call my name, it's not a request, it's a profound low hum, a frequency that tells me exactly where you're coming from. And when we trace off secrets close enough to feel the air, the resonance is physical, proving you are right there. Let the daylight demand your silence. Let the others try to call. Their noise is static now. It means absolutely nothing at all. Because the sound of your surrender is tattooed on my soul, the final piece of the puzzle that makes me utterly whole. Your whisper is the only lock I need to seal the fate we share. A sound-based possession hanging heavy in the air. I only echoes of your laughter, the rhythm of your sighs, every single syllable reflected in your eyes. I claim your voice box, every note and every beat, making this auditory prison impossibly sweet. Say my name again. The sound is mine. The sound of surrender. The sound is surrender.
Turn the lights down low.
Shadows dancing on the wall, waiting for your signal call. The room is quiet, the air is thick. I hear the clock tick by tick. No need for words, just look at me. Unlock the door, you have the key. Close on now, feel the heat rise. I see the fire burning in your eyes. Let the world outside just fade away. This is the game we wanna play. Body language speaking loud, head in the stars above the clouds. Skin on skin, a perfect rhyme. Let's stop the hands of time. Deep into the rhythm, slow and deep. Secrets that we're gonna keep. Just breathe, feel it.
Just breathe.
Feel it.
You and I.
They say that two ships passing never anchor in a storm, but our collision felt like coming home, safe and warm. Before we spoke a word, before our hands had met, I felt the quiet knowing, a promise I can't forget. It wasn't a choice we made on a breezy bright afternoon. It was a steady pull of the earth and the pull of the moon. And every single pathway that twisted through my years was just a winding road to silence all my fears. The chemistry is ancient, etched inside the bone, a deep vibrating echo of a seed that was sown. This is a faded resonance, a truth we can't deny. The mirror where my whole self is reflected in your eye. This is the intimacy of knowing where you truly stand, the ultimate surrender to the touch of your steady hand. We're built of the same stardust, connected through the core. And finding you felt like I finally unlocked the door. There's a comfort in the quiet, the space where we just breathe. No need for grand performance, no need for make-believe. I watch the tiny details, the crease beside your mouth, the small true signs of kindness heading ever south. And when you tell me things that you've kept locked inside, I feel the sacred honor with nothing left to hide. We're not searching for the climax, we're searching for the stay, the gentle slow erosion of every lonely day. You are the destination, the reason I survive, the truest definition of being fully alive. This is the faded resonance, a truth we can't deny. The mirror where my whole self is reflected in your eye. This is the intimacy of knowing where you truly stand, the ultimate surrender to the touch of your steady hand. We're built of the same stardust, connected through the core. And finding you felt like I finally unlocked the door. It was always you, always. The dosage is measured in seconds you stay. It guarantees chaos will keep the truth at bay. I gave you the blueprint to every fear I possess. Now you hold the keys to both my ruin and my bliss. I walk the perimeter, checking the walls we have built, knowing the foundations are soaked in necessary guilt. They told me the darkness would eventually win, but they never told me how beautiful it is to dive in. The air gets thinner whenever you're near, but the suffocation is the only thing I hold dear. You are the light horizon, the only place I see, my total obsession and my sole destiny. This addictive desire is the life force I breathe, the toxic religion that I willingly believe. I know the expiration date, I see the final cost, but I'm willing to be nothing just to never be lost. The low light glow of this room is the only sun I need. The warmth of your proximity is the only seed I feed. I listen to the static when you speak my name out loud, lost in the frequency, hidden in the air, drowning cloud. It's not love that binds us, it's something far more true, a chemical imperative leading straight to you. Every morning I wake with a phantom limb that aches, a reminder of the dosage my soul willingly takes. I can feel the edges of sanity start to fray, and I smile knowing I chose to watch it drift away. You are like the horizon, the only place I see, my total obsession and my sole destiny. This addictive desire is the life force I breathe, the toxic religion that I willingly believe. I know the expiration date, I see the final cost, but I'm willing to be nothing just to never be lost. Lost in the frequency, the locked horizon, forever here. We are moving at the speed of a shadow stretching thin, the kind of quiet moment where time barely begins. Your eyes are half closed doors, letting out just the slightest hint, a silent slow confession, like ink on wet mint. There is no sudden rush here, no need to break the glass, just the exquisite patience of watching the moments pass. Every centimeter between us feels like a measured mile. It deliberates, slow tension held by your knowing smile. Watch your breath cloud and disappear, and I learned to wait, because the anticipation is the true glorious state. This is the longest unravel, the tension we embrace. A slow burn seduction drawn out across this space. We are melting ice on velvet, changing form, not yet gone, holding the ultimate climax until the break of dawn. Every touch is a promise we choose not to complete, keeping this delicious hunger impossibly sweet. The light is a closing aperture dimming on the wall, focusing the gravity on the moment before the fall. I feel the static pressure where our fingertips just graze, a deliberate avoidance that sends me into a haze. You speak my name softly, a sound designed to stall, delaying the surrender, delaying the risk of it all. If we rush this, we lose the poetry of the slow, tilt the intricate design of the desire we have built. I wanna savor the stillness, the quiet aching need, the perfect lingering moment that plants the final seed. Don't move too fast, darling, let this feeling last. This is the longest unravel, the tension we embrace, a slow burn seduction drawn out across this space. We are melting ice on velvet, changing form, not yet gone, holding the ultimate climax until the break of dawn. Every touch is a promise we choose not to complete, keeping this delicious hunger impossibly sweet. This to fade, let it I don't need my eyesight when the room is dark and deep. I navigate the space by the promises you keep. You speak in a rhythm that dismantles my free will, a steady sonic current designed to make me still. The air vibrates differently when your lungs decide to move. That physical percussion is the only thing I have to approve. Outside is muted, a volume turned down low, because the frequency of your breath is the only truth I know. My hearing is a luxury I reserve for just one source, a controlled environment built to harness all your force. Your voice is the master key, it unlocks every claim, a decibel decree that reinforces your name. I possess the silence that follows your final word, the physical echo of everything I've ever heard. I own the texture of your speaking, the cadence of your plea, and every sound you make confirms that you belong to me. hits me deeper than a touch of physiological anger. That means everything too much. I demand the softness, the sharp intake of air, the tiny nervous gulping that proves you are still there. I listen for the hidden click that tells me you've complied, because in the perfect execution your autonomy is died. Let the noise of the daylight try to pull you far away. My mind rejects the static, refusing to obey. The final act of love is the surrendering of sound, knowing my true freedom isn't being utterly bound. Your voice is the master key, it unlocks every claim, a decibel decree that reinforce your name. I'll possess the silence that follows your final word, the physical echo of everything I've ever heard. I own the texture of your speaking, the cadence of your plea, and every sound you make confirms that you belong to me. Speak only when you're spoken to. But make sure the sound is loud enough for me. The Decibel Decree. I traded my backbone for a taste of your sweet air, pushed away the sunlight just to find you waiting there. My logic calls it severance, the mind names it a threat, but my blood remembers feelings it hasn't survived yet. I check the lock on the door, not to keep the world out, but to make sure there's no way I can ever get out. Every single thought of quitting turns to ash and smoke. I built my entire prison and you handed me the key to choke. I should be running fast now, breaking every chain, but I crave the beautiful ruin that rushes through the pain. You are the beautiful ruin, the consequence I crave, the promise of nothing waiting at the edge of the wave. My total obsession, a hunger I feed, unnecessary dosage, a destructive need. There is no winning here, just surrender and ignite. I willingly choose the darkness of your endless night. I analyze the symptom, the tremble in my hand, the perfect clinical portrait of a life I can't command. I used to need freedom, space to breathe and grow. Now my universe is measured by how close I let you go. You're the ghost in the mirror that only I can see, the toxic sweet reflection that defines the rest of me. If salvation is an answer, I don't wanna hear the call, because the risk of losing this means giving up it all. The world can scream danger and wave its angry flags, but I'm already deep inside the bottom of your chemical rack. You are the beautiful ruin, the consequence I crave, the promise of nothing waiting at the edge of the wave. My total obsession, a hunger I feed, unnecessary dosage, a destructive need. There is no winning here, just surrender and ignite. I willingly choose the darkness of your endless night. No escape, just a beautiful ruin. In the endless night. still lingers on my skin. A spark, a flame, where do I begin? The night is heavy, the air is sweet. Your breath, your heat, my heart beats skip a beat. Curtains sway like they're keeping our secret. Moonlight spills, but it won't ever reach us. After the fire, after the glow, the silence hums, it's all we know. After sex, the world fades away. No words to speak, but we both stay. Your shadow dances on the wall, a quiet rhythm, it says it all. The clock's too shy to tick or chime. This moment swallows space and time. Whispers crawl like the smoke from a candle. Hearts untamed with too much to handle. After the fire, after the glow, the silence hums, it's all we know. After sex, the world fades away. No words to speak, but we both stay. I found the borders drawn in chalk, fragile and easily erased. Put there by the others, by rules I've long misplaced. They call this ground forbidden, guarded by the fear of light. But for us the prohibition only sharpens the bite. You look at me with knowing eyes, a silent co-conspirator. The reason I tore up the map and became the predator. The air is thick with danger, yet it's the only air I need. A biological imperative, a necessary seed. I don't need a witness, I don't need a judge to say this claiming of your soul is the only honest way. You are my irreversible map, leading only here beyond the moral compass, escaping every fear. This obsession is the current, pulling me to your side. A higher feels the law that the world cannot hide. This is my territory, signed in the silence we keep. The necessary darkness where our two souls sleep. I touch the silk of the shadow where the moonlight cannot fall, and claim every secret hidden deep behind the wall. The outside world is paper, thin and easily torn, but our connection is the bedrock, the place I was truly born. We speak in code and silence, avoiding every name, but the force between us burns with an undeniable flame. If this is wrong, then I choose the mistake eternally, because the sanity they offer never felt like being free. My purpose wasn't clear until I found the lock you guard, and found my single mission was to tear the lock apart. You are my irreversible map, leading only here beyond the moral compass, escaping every fear. This obsession is the current, pulling me to your side. A higher feels the law that the world cannot hide. This is my territory, signed in the silence I used to stand by the window, searching for a sign, a shadow or a whisper that would prove this life was mine. I chased the echoes, trying to find the missing sound, the piece of my own silence that I couldn't track down. Then I looked at you, and the searching finally ceased, because your eyes were holding the puzzle I released. It's the resonance of two souls singing the same tune, a perfect chord beneath the afternoon moon. No hiding the cracks, no need to pretend or just a beautiful realization built on simple trust. You are the shadow reflection, the true and honest side, illuminating all the things I kept tucked away from light. This is the intimacy where two halves finally meet, the romantic chemistry that makes my life complete. And when I listen closely, I hear my own heartbeat in the steady, safe rhythm of your two small, careful feet. We don't need the fireworks or the drama of the chase, just the quiet comfort found in this familiar space. We talk for hours or sometimes don't speak at all, and I know you'll catch me every time I start to fall. You memorize the wrinkles that worry brings to my brow, gently show me how to just be here right now. If I am the ocean, then you are the shore, constantly pulling me back, asking for more, not demanding my all, but accepting my less. This silent, deep connection is true happiness. You're the shared reflection, the true and honest side, illuminating all the things I kept tucked away from light. This is the intimacy where two halves finally meet, romantic chemistry that makes my life complete. And when I listen closely, I hear my own heartbeat in the steady, safe rhythm of your two small, careful feet. My reflection, my perfect fit, shared silence.